Sewage and water rate updates for the City Council. The Framingham Adult ESL program receives a big grant to expand English as a second language resources, and a spotlight on both Voices of MetroWest and the Framingham Business Trade Show in September. I'm Brendan Fitzpatrick, and this is The Frame, Framingham News in Focus. Hi, and welcome to The Frame, an initiative of Access Framingham. We start with a recap of two developments from Tuesday's City Council meeting, as officials heard updates on a recent sewage overflow issue along with water rates for residents at Windsor Green off of Edgell Road. About 675,000 gallons of raw sewage went into the Sudbury River after a pipe burst along Main Street on July 30th. Repairs were made to that pipe, but DPW Director for Framingham, Bob Lewis, emphasized that city officials have to be ready to address older pipes locally, which he described as a, quote, ticking time bomb underground.
We're dealing with an aging infrastructure here, and it's something that, it's happening across the whole Northeast. I just want to emphasize that water and sewer projects are going to be coming fast and furious over the next 10 years or so.
Meanwhile, Mayor Charlie Sositsky announced on Tuesday that homeowners at the Windsor Green condominium complex are set to receive a credit of about $300,000 on their water bills after it was determined that their usage and amount owed weren't calculated correctly. After new water meters were installed there over a year ago, Windsor Green residents have noted receiving higher water bills. More in-depth details on the process behind how water bills are charged in Framingham and how that applies to the Windsor Green situation can be found on our website, theframe.news. But going forward, Sositsky mentioned that city officials are considering a wide range of options to ensure that water bills are issued fairly, with a public hearing on the matter to be scheduled in the near future.
The bottom line is we still have to generate enough revenue to run the system, and someone's got to pay it. And the big question is, how does that responsibility get divided up?
A $300,000 grant was recently awarded to Framingham Adult English as a Second Language Plus to expand their offerings in Milford. English instruction, GED, and citizenship test preparation and other resources are currently offered by FA ESL to about 1,300 adults across the MetroWest area. And their executive director, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, says that this grant from the Carnegie Corporation of New York will allow for an additional 120 students to receive education. That money will also be used to hire additional staff members, including one more full-time administrator, as well as to bring in other educational resources. We recently sat down for a conversation with O'Connor, who told us that these services have helped the immigrant community become an integral part of MetroWest neighborhoods.
I see 1,000 people believing in 1,000 American dreams, people who come in from an apartment they can barely afford, driving a rattle-trap car, working a 14-hour day, and they come in and they're there to learn English because they believe it's going to work for them here. I was like, these people believe in the American dream. I have 1,000 American dreams. Come visit. You'll see them. It's a wonderful, inspiring place because full of wonderful people.
Now, the registration lottery for fall FA ESL classes in Milford will be taking place next Thursday, August 29th at Milford High School. More details can be found at www.faesl.org. Jennifer Pratt has officially been named the Chief Financial Officer for the City of Framingham. A member of the municipal government for over 2 decades, Pratt had been previously working in the role on an interim basis since January, following the resignation of Louise Miller late last year. Now Pratt will be in charge of financial and accounting practices at the Memorial Building on a full-time basis. In a statement on the matter, Mayor Sositsky said, quote, Ms. Pratt is very capable to oversee the financial functions of the city, including developing and implementing the operating and current expense budgets. I know she will deliver outcomes that will have a meaningful impact on the municipal finances while remaining accountable to our taxpayers. Speaking of Sositsky, residents of District 8 will have the chance to partake in a public meeting with the mayor this upcoming Tuesday, August 27th, at Loring Arena's conference room. It's the latest installment of Sisitsky's series of meetings within every district in Framingham this year, a goal he outlined during his State of the City address back in January. Residents are invited to attend, ask questions for local officials, and provide their views and thoughts on any pressing municipal matters that they might have. District 8's City Councilor Leslie White-Harvey and School Committee member Jessica Barnhill are just some of the officials who have been invited by the mayor to partake in the meeting, which will be held from 7 to 8 p.m. If you're looking for additional Framingham news in focus, then head over onto our website. It's www.theframe.news. From there, you can check out our latest articles and feature pieces that we've completed, covering the stories that matter to your community. Follow us on social media, too. Our handles on Instagram and X are both @FrameNews_. Watch our full video podcast episodes and weekly features on Access Framingham's YouTube channel. Find us on Facebook by searching for The Frame. The same goes for Spotify and SoundCloud. And finally this week, a sneak peek at our most recent pair of frame-by-frame feature pieces. First, a look at Voices of MetroWest, a choir made up of local residents in order to provide music education, entertain guests of all ages, and develop a sense of community. Then, Executive Director of Downtown Framingham, Inc., Rayad Shah spoke with us to provide details about the upcoming Framingham Business Trade Show, which is taking place at the Downtown Common along Concord Street on Saturday, September 7th. Let's take a look at those previews now.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing?
What I love about our choir so much is that it's multi-generational. We have folks who are like me, right out of college. We have folks who are in their 70s. And so because of that, we sing different music every season. Sometimes the music really resonates with me. Sometimes I've never heard any of the music before. And it just gives us an opportunity to learn about each other in a way that we may never have connected outside of the group.
This event actually came as an idea from business owners, and they really wanted to showcase themselves in the downtown area. It's something that they can build off of, not just another event for years to come, but they can build their consumers as a whole. So they have reoccurring consumers on a monthly, weekly, daily basis, whether it's coffee, whether it's chiropractic services, whether it's shopping for new shoes or new clothing, but they're building their consumer base as well.
And if you want to see both of those feature pieces in their entirety, head over to Access Framingham's YouTube channel or visit our website. Again, that's theframe.news. That's it for this week's Framingham News in Focus. For everyone here at The Frame, thanks for spending your time with us. My name is Brendan Fitzpatrick. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.